So the one that I've shared there, that lightning bolt means that it's a one-time use, and there's also another icon which means it's then embedded. So that's been updated. I remember you saying that on the last game night as well.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Perfect. Yeah, I've sent an example there. I'm not sure if you can see it in the messaging thread. Perfect, Trevor. What else did you have in terms of questions?
Yeah, I would also love to ask about still concern the artifact. Will ancient colonies be able to sell artifacts?
They already are. So that list of artifacts you see in the auction section is a list of not only players but also ancients as well.
Okay, okay. Because I asked last time and you said it was mostly players. So because currently you can't identify which one is sold by players and which one is sold by ancients. But I think most of them are being sold by ancients because most players won't really love to sell the artifact for credit since they don't know the value of credit currently. So I guess most of them ancients are sold by ancients.
Yes, I need to double check with the developers if someone does list an artifact, does it add their name like the resource market does? I'm not entirely sure, but I will find out. And if it's not the case, then I'll have a conversation with them because I do agree, like the resource market, it would be very useful to know who's selling them.
Yeah.
Cool, mate. And the other question I had for you here as well is you didn't think it was a good idea for other colonies to be able to create new colonies. So I'm guessing that means if someone has a second colony, they shouldn't be able to build another one in their second colony, or only their original colony. Is that what you meant, or was it something a little bit different?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay,
The Yeah, only the main colony should have the ability to spawn new colonies, not the subordinate colonies.
okay, that's an
Yeah,
interesting point.
because currently there's no difference between the main colony and the other colonies. In that way, that will reduce the amount of colonies a particular player can get. Because if you play this game for about 3 months or 6 months, I don't think you can create up to 7 colonies in your main colonies, no matter how consistent you go. Because when time goes on, you get to um, a maximum, let me say, a population. You get a maximum population whereby you can no more upgrade your buildings. You can master your buildings, and then you can master your total population.
Mhm.
Then, since you are gaining your culture points to your population, so you get a constant culture point. So in that case, if you are getting about, let me say, 1,500 total population, that means you'll be getting 1,500 culture points each day, and that won't feed you enough to be spawning multiple colonies within within few months. So that will limit the amount of colonies a particular player can get.
Okay. No, I see your point there. I would raise that with the devs and see what they think about that.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi gaming, hi Jeffro. How you guys doing? I'm not sure if you're able to unmute your mic, Jeffro, but I hope you're doing well. I think you had another question, right, Trevor? Correct me if I'm wrong. That was around will the test token integration will be linked to the SolPlex or Zercher website? So it will be linked all to the SolPlex website.
Okay.
Perfect.
Because I checked out the website currently. The website is not yet modified to a token-based website compared to the travel side, which has linking of wallet and much other tokenized features.
Yeah, so those elements have been built, but they're just not live yet on the new website. So obviously it will be made live alongside test token integration, which should be launching next week, depending. But we'll give you guys an update as soon as I have one. Was there any other questions at all, Trevor, that you had? How are you finding everything at the moment? Have you used your artifacts in game yet?
Yeah, I use a lot. I use a lot of them. I use almost all of them. I bought some of them from the ancient colonies, and I've tried out all the artifacts. Yeah, I really love the the I can't even recall the name, but it helps you add buildings to your building queue. Helps you add three more builders to your building
Yes.
queue. So currently, instead of four builders, currently having 10 builders.
I completely agree. That was the first one that I bought in auction as well. I didn't get airdropped that one, but I bought one from the Ancients as well. And yeah, it really does. Over those 24 hours, it really does boost your progression in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, one of my favorites as well. Also, the instant build as well. My Synthetics hub upgrading up to level 16 now, which I think is 1 day. So I'm tempted to buy another artifact, which is, yeah, the instant finish for that. I think it's worth it, especially for the ones that are like 1 day, 2 days for sure. And also the one as well that increases unit time as well, building time. I think that's very important as well, depending on what stage you are in the game. I think obviously our colonies now are 6 months plus, so those sort of artifacts are a lot more beneficial for us.
yeah, yeah. And the instant build is nice, but it costs a lot of tokens.
Yeah, it
I
does.
think the cheapest I've seen is about 35 tokens, which is a lot.
Definitely, it's not cheap. But I know you and Jeffro spend a lot of time on the market, so I know you guys aren't too short on tokens.
Yeah, I'm just comparing to other players because I'm not sure many people will be able to reach out 35 tokens just to buy one artifact.
Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure yet the way that we're doing the airdrops, but especially the new players, you're right, probably wouldn't purchase an artifact straight away. But actually, when you kind of early progression in the game, and I don't think an artifact you're going to need one as much. I think it's definitely worth having one in your nuclear lab for the future. But I definitely say artifacts benefit people who are more like medium progression inside of the game. But it's also still very important that they have the understanding of artifacts because the relics are super important to the overall strategy of the game, for sure.
Okay.
What are you focusing on at the moment, Trevor, inside of SolPlex?
I'm currently working on building my basic resource buildings because I want to stop buying resources from Jetro. So I want to build all my resource building to at least level 15. Then I'll focus on upgrading my advanced resource buildings to higher levels.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I was actually attacked for this. I think the first time I was ever attacked in the game was just before the $50,000 of Strax competition ending. And I got attacked last weekend by Tamix, I think the username is in Discord. And then I was going to attack back, but before I did it, I wanted to practice on an ancient, which was tier 3, and I lost pretty much all my units. I should have thought that one through. So yeah, at the moment, yeah, I thought I was actually aiming for a tier 5, and I was like, actually, I'll be a little bit humble, I'll go for tier 3. And I had about 100 M1 units, for like 40 A2 units, and just literally lost everything and had no resources. So then I thought, you know what, I don't think I'm going to retaliate with any colonies after what's happened with an ancient. So at the moment, I'm focusing on building my units and getting a bit better at strategy and attacking other people. And I think the ancients are a great way to do that as well because they don't retaliate. So yeah, that's kind of my main focus at the moment, and also getting my synthetics hub leveled up as well. So getting that up to 16, and also similar to you as well with the basic resources. That's very important.
Yeah, because I've currently mastered my two. Because once you master your face food vault, you can build another one. I currently mastered the two. So I currently have two food vaults being mastered, which I have a lot of storage for my NU. Yeah. So then when it comes to attacking the ancient colonies, most of the times I don't really attack the ancient colonies because first of all the resources don't really work it at times. Unless maybe the next update, um when you attack maybe the tier 5 ancient colonies and completely destroy it, I think players should be rewarded with some artifacts. instead of just in
Just
game,
resources. Yeah.
instead of just in game. Yeah,
Interesting. You mean if
because
like
those
if you completely
yeah,
wipe them out? Sorry to interrupt, Trevor. Is do you mean if you like completely wipe them out? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Cool. Well, that's interesting.
Because I also saw a post about in the support, I think was it support or new features channel about PvP and PvE feature. I didn't really get that. It was posted by Zudox.
Yep, Zudok's the game
Yeah,
director. So yeah, so we're obviously at the moment one of our main focuses is obviously the beta server. We always say has been very peaceful. So we're always focusing on and planning to bring in more mechanics to kind of alliances to battle each other. PVE is basically player versus the ancients inside of the game, and obviously PvP is player versus player. So what we want to do is we want to get an understanding of what people would prefer so we can start focusing on some mechanics that are obviously going to kind of increase people attacking each other, alliances forming, getting into alliances, attacking each other again, the end game, which is a huge part of SolPlex for each end of the server. Those are kind of the main things people need to focus on. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why the question was asked, and once we've got some more stuff finalized, we should be able to share some news as well. So all will make sense in due course.
okay. Because currently in the game, the PvP version is already it's what we are playing currently, and the PvE version should be the ancient colonies. That should be the PvE version, and maybe they just want to create something new. They can maybe the ancient colonies spawns new colonies close to the black colonies. Maybe when time goes on, those smaller colonies start attacking the black colony. In that case, the player will need to attack the ancient colonies before they start becoming stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so in that case, that would be a much better PV version, not creating an entire new game for or an entire new scene for.
Oh, sorry, Trevor. I think you cut out at the end. What was the last thing you said? Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm not calling that. Yeah, I said creating the ancient colonies to create smaller colonies to maybe when time goes on to they grow up they grow up close to the player colonies and attack the player. So in that case, the player will need to be attacking the ancient colonies before they get much bigger and stronger and take over their main colony. So that would be a better way of bringing in the PvE system than creating a new scene in the game that's completely PvE, which is in that case you can play it offline if that what the devs are planning to do.
Yeah. No, it's an interesting point. I'll make note of that. But the most important thing is that we have a strong balance. Sorry, PvP, in my opinion, is more important than PvE. But again, it depends on the player base and what people would like to see. Again, with the ancients, I can't say too much yet, but they will be changing to kind of help motivate people to kind of battle. And again, the end game, which is a huge part towards the end of the server, is always going to be PvP. Again, which I think is most important. But again, it depends. But we should have some more information on that soon. So yeah, I appreciate the feedback on that, though,
Yeah,
Trevor. I'll make a note of all of that.
yeah, that'd be good because since I've started playing so place, I've never been attacked by an ancient colony, which is kind of looks kind of not good, which is not that great because ancient colonies are supposed to attack the player colonies. You need more ancient colonies because currently the game is not really focused on attack system. It's just the building, just keep on building. Yeah, because by if the ancients normally attack other player colonies, maybe by now I'm not sure Joshua will have up to 50 colonies because some would have been brought down by ancient colonies. So in that case, it will give players to make players to retain more players daily because I will surely check on my base if I've been attacked by an ancient colony and maybe I might attack them back if possible. So
Definitely.
that would be a great feature.
100%. I think that's some good thoughts there. Definitely. I mean, as I've always said as well, attacking and being attacked in SolPlex is one of the most thrilling elements. You know, when I was attacked for the first time, I went into full kind of panic mode and looking how many units I could get as quickly as possible, looking at the artifacts and, you know, me then practicing on ancients to see the best strategy. So yeah, I completely agree, and we are very much focusing on more mechanics that are going to obviously motivate people to attack, to be attacked, that sort of thing as well. So yeah, I appreciate your points on that, Trevor. So I can see we've got a few more people in there. Hi guys, hope you're well. I'm not sure if you guys have any questions. We've been talking a little bit about artifacts, Zudox's message of PvP versus PvE, a few mechanics inside of the game. So I'm not sure if you guys have any questions about the artifacts, test token integration, which will be hopefully coming out next week. Feel free to unmute your mic or just type it in the chat. In the meantime, Trevor, I'm not sure if you had any other questions that you wanted to ask today.
Yeah, from the last game night, I think it was Jetro that make an observation about the alliance. Maybe when the players come into the game, they'll need to join an alliance. Like this will be compulsory for them to join an alliance. Maybe when time goes on, they might quit from that particular alliance and join a smaller alliance. So I don't know what the devs are planning about the alliance features because currently the alliance features are not effective. They are not really effective in the game.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
understand. I understand that.
because you can attack your alliance member.
Hmm.
You can because there should be like maybe a morale system. You call it morale. It happens in football games or other games. But okay, let me say the alliance strength. The alliance strength will depend on the total population of your alliance. Like the Astros currently, they have about only 6 members, but they have the strongest alliance. They have the strongest power in the game currently because of their total population and their members. So there should be like a morale system whereby maybe if your alliance member attack your fellow alliance member, the morale of the alliance will drop.
Yeah, no, it's
It's,
a good point.
yeah,
Yeah, and I think over the last few weeks we have had a few comments about this. I remember one we said about having requirements, so X amount of colonies, synthetics hub, a certain level as well. Also having alliance descriptions. You know, when people lose their protection, or maybe the first time they log into the game, you know, they're pushed towards joining an alliance. So it's definitely something we're working on. You know, I always talk about it, but it's very important. It's the end game, and you know that is going to be join an alliance and fight for the end game and get the rewards. So it's something we're actively working on in terms of the UI, the mechanics, marketing side as well. So it's all noted. I don't have any full confirmation yet, but we do have a lot of notes about all of this and we are actively working towards that. So appreciate it.
yeah, that's nice. Also, the next update is very important. Players should be able to request to join alliance, not sending a DM to the alliance head.
Hmm.
Because currently, if I need someone to join my alliance, I will need to send a request to him instead of the person sending a request to me. So that should be updated.
Just you think just a request that then pops up on your main colony screen and then you just accept in the top left hand corner rather than going into messages, or do you mean something slightly different?
No, so like giving people and players the authority to that's what I was trying to mean. Yeah, giving players the permission to request to join alliance instead of um instead of the alliance head sending a private message to each of the players to invite them to the alliance because not everyone are actually on Discord and yeah and might send a private message on the game and someone might not see it.
Hmm.
Giving the player a promotion to request to join alliance would be nice and maybe also having a vice alliance head because currently you just have a particular person control the alliance which has the permission to add and remove players in the alliance. So there should be like another person on the alliance, maybe an assistant, maybe a vice head to give him some permission.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You know, if you have like, you know, you can allocate commanders to also be able to accept invitations. It's a good idea, definitely. Hi, Winder, just saw your message. So, yes, the PV system that we have right now is only ancient colonies. In terms of prediction to spread them further across the map, I'm not entirely sure, but I will pass that question on to developers and let you know. Me and Trevor were just talking about this previously, just a little bit before you joined, and we're saying that the ancient sorry will potentially have more of a role, potentially attacking back. We might do some mini games as well. So you just have to wait and see. I can't say too much right now, but some stuff is in the works. So some exciting things are going to come. Okay, guys. So just do another round of questions. Henry, thanks for joining as well. Does anyone have any questions about test token integration, which should hopefully be coming out next week? Artifacts, any kind of things in the game that could be improved, or any ideas or suggestions? We're open to hear anything. So again, feel free to unmute your mic. If you prefer to put it in the chat, then that's also perfectly fine as well. Any more questions from your side, Trevor, or have we covered everything?
No for now.
Okay, perfect. Well,
I'm just wondering about the Zilly campaign. Um, how the reward be distributed.
sorry, say that again.
I was just worried about the Zilly campaign. How would the reward be distributed to the winners of the Zilly campaign?
Yeah, so with the Zeely campaign, I'm not sure if you've completed it yet, but as I said before, it's 6 in-game tasks which will help you understand the main mechanics, alliances, earning your first tokens, how to sell resources. So the basics to help you understand the mechanics. The last one is a UGC piece, and everyone who completes the 7 quests will receive an artifact. The way that we do that is we collect information that we need in order to airdrop the artifact. So as soon as that person completes it, the artifact is airdropped. Does that answer the question, mate, or did you ask something slightly different?
Yeah, I get that. But I submitted my coordinates, but it failed my task. And yeah, I did it again.
Yeah, so if you are if you're not a new player, then it won't be possible. This is a task for only new players. That's why. I did put that in the announcement, but I will make another announcement as I think a few people have messaged me about this. But yes, you must be a new player in order to participate in the Zeely competition. Yeah, that was a great idea, Winder. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to do one more round of questions, see if anyone has any thoughts or ideas, anything they want to talk about. Yeah, again, feel free to unmute your mic if you have any thoughts. If not, guys, then I think we're going to wrap up in a few minutes. Okay, everyone. If no one has any more questions, we're going to wrap up. Thanks to everyone who was able to join today. Really appreciate it. I will stay on for another 5 to 10 minutes just in case anyone has any questions. Perfect winter missing. Yes, with the Zeely, I do check it daily, yes. So I'm not sure how far you've progressed in SolPlex. If you would like to send me a screenshot of your colony, feel free to, and I can let you know. But this is very much for players who've just started in the last few weeks. So with Zeely, it's very simple as well. All you need to do is make a quick account. You can just do it through Google, and then basically you will just be sent to the dashboard, and there'll just be a list of requirements. So like uploading a screenshot, putting something in a text box. It's very simple. So I'll send the link to you after this as well. Perfect. Well, thanks for everyone for joining. If you do have any questions, as I said before, I will stay on for the next 10 minutes or so. And yeah, have a great weekend, guys. Thanks for joining again. I'll double check that for you, Winder, after this. Cool. I think we've got a few more questions coming in. That's a good idea, Henry. Actually, when we started them early in December, the polls ended up being Thursday at 5 p.m. UK time. But since it's been a little while now, we do have some new members in the community. We can definitely do another round of polls and see if that preference has changed. I think 5 p.m. people just tend to finish work at this time, so 7 p.m. could be a good idea actually, and maybe we could change the day as well. So yeah, great idea. Yeah, good idea, Henry. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna make a poll after this. We'll do the same round as we did last time. Perfect, guys. Any more questions at all? Okay, guys, we're going to wrap it up now. So I will be in here for the next 5 to 10 minutes. So if you have any questions, feel free to jump back in. Have a great weekend, Commanders. Appreciate you joining.